in store for you this week. And we're going to start it off with the very finest, the greatest, as we welcome always to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, this man right here, the World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Champ, first, have you ever seen so many top contenders any one place in your life?
Well, Bob, I like the way you say that. You know, it's going to be a real familiar sound everywhere I go in the world. Here comes the champ. That means that I am the champion of the world. For all those out there that don't understand the abbreviation. And as the San Francisco 49ers found out this past weekend, it's hard to repeat. Now in the case of Ric Flair, if we're talking about Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, we know the Crockett's have brought the greatest talent in the world here. You got the Rock and Roll Express, the World Tag Team Champions. You got Dusty Rhodes. Country as he is, he still is the World Television Champion and probably the #1 contender for the belt. Magnum TA in a class by himself, one of the real young lions, so to speak. But still this far away from being where Ric Flair has been for 3 odd years now. Okay, Buddy Landel. You know, Landel, let's talk about this right out front. You see, you're looking at a guy that was styling and profiling when John Travolta was telling the whole world that you had to be an urban cowboy to be a dude. I survived them all, and I'm going to survive you, Buddy Landel. Nikita Koloff, you're a real big bad operator, Daddy. But Nikita, remember, to be the man, you got to beat the man. In this case, you got to jump on Ric Flair. Woo!
World Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Let's go to the ring as we're going to welcome the World Tag Team Champions. Gibson, Ricky Morton, Johnny Weaver, these two young men here, they have really created excitement wherever they go.
They certainly have, Bob, and Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling living up with Jim Crockett Promotions that the 50th year would be the biggest and best on TV. We go for one world champion into the ring to the World Tag Team Champions, Bob. You can't get any better than that.
And their opponents in this match, Mark Fleming and Lee Ramsey. And this is Lee Ramsey now and Ricky Morton as we get the match underway.
There's the entire crowd go for the World Tag Team Champions at Rock and Roll. Staccato chant, and they almost had a victory already, Bob. And this is just the beginning of an exciting hour.
Almost a quick pin, as you say. And Johnny, I noticed, and I know all of you fans noticed, when they entered the ring, the Rock and Roll Express, they still had around their neck that chain, the chain from the Russians.
Well, that's not only did they take the World Tag Team belts from the Russians, but they have captured that chain. And I know that Ivan, Nikita, the Crusher, hot on the trail on the Rock and Roll, wanted to get those belts back. Would like to get that chain back because they have been famous for chain matches.
Mark Fleming now in. Good leg takedown as the Rock and Roll Express. They really move around that ring in a hurry, Johnny. When they get in, they're so quick. They move like lightning in the ring, and they're always on the go.
Well, that speed is a great asset, Bob. There's no substitute for it. And it showed you that power doesn't mean everything, because the Russians have really got the power, but it was the speed and quickness it took to defeat them.
Robert Gibson now with the tag as Ricky Morton comes back in. And they're not only are they quick and so fast, but they have their timing just down right to a perfect point, Johnny. When they go up in that double drop kick that they do, the timing on that is always just fantastic. We've never seen an opponent get up from that double drop kick.
Well, it certainly has been a real asset for him. Another asset, Bob, and never ceases to amaze me every time I see him in action, and the fans are in growing numbers becoming the favorites for the Rock and Roll Express. They always have some different moves, something different to display in the match and bring out that thing of getting a run that the people, their opponents, don't know what to expect.
Robert Gibson now still with a leg as Mark Fleming is on the mat. Fleming was in some terrible pain as Gibson reached up and made the tag as the Rock and Roll Express again switch. And they keep a new man in the ring all during the match. They tag often. They don't stay in very long at a time. Here's Fleming now trying with a comeback with some good hard rights.
And you know, Bob, not only as Ric Flair got top contenders knocking on his door, but these two men in the ring, the Rock and Roll Express, they have a lot of competition lined up at their door, especially you can never count out the Russians. Then there's the National Tag Team Champions, the Andersons, Ole and Arn, who have to be #1 contenders because they are the National Tag Team Champions.
We're gonna
Midnight Express.
I was going to say, we're going to see another team next too that's right hot on their trail and hot after that championship, and that's the Midnight Express and their manager Jim Cornette. And I'm sure we're going to hear from him also during this hour. Gibson with a knee right to the back of the leg. Fleming still down on the mat. They're going to tag and they're going to switch again. You're looking at the World Tag Team Champions, fans, the Rock and Roll Express. Johnny, have you ever seen a tag team create any more excitement among the crowd and the fans than do these two young men?
Well, they certainly electrify audiences everywhere they go in the world. Of course, they have been traveling a lot, defending them World Tag Team belts. And boy, they sure have their opponent right here, Mark Fleming, in a lot of trouble. Here's down for a lateral press, but only a 2 count.
Lee Ramsey came in quickly. And Ricky Morton got away in a hurry as Ramsey was going to get the foot right up beside the head of Morton. Now Mark Fleming kicking out again, trying to get to, and he just motions for Lee Ramsey to come on in.
Lee Ramsey may be biting off more than he can chew right here. You notice how quickly when Robert Morton was kicked off right there. Quickly back to his feet. Here we might have all 4 men in the ring. Side suplex by Ricky Morton. A side suplex.
And we got winners right here.
There's the winners. The Rock and Roll Express. Beautiful move by Ricky Morton. We're going to see it again. Ricky Morton in there with Lee Ramsey. Right here is the counter. As Ramsey was set up for a background, he counters him with a side suplex on the Rock and Roll Express.
Fans, we've got talent like you've never seen before during this hour. Talk about champions. Here's the United States champion, Tully Blanchard, with his perfect 10 baby doll.
You know, Bob Caudle, I have a lot of respect for you. You're tremendous at what you do. You got to listen. I was listening to Ric Flair in there, and you know you got to respect him because he is the world's heavyweight champion. Excuse me, Rick. No disrespect intended. He talked about Magnum TA being this close to being the world's heavyweight champion. Well, you know, if Magnum TA is this close, and I'm the one that pinned him to the mat, I guess that puts me this close. But you know, Ric Flair don't like to talk about me. That's fine. Magnum TA. Case closed. Magnum TA, you've been saying bad things about me, bad things about Baby Doll for a long, long time. I tell you what, I'm getting awful tired of it. I am the United States Heavyweight Champion. I have wrestled you in Philadelphia, in the Charlotte Coliseum. No disqualification matches, any kind you want. And I'm still the United States Heavyweight Champion. You better think up some new tricks if you want to outsmart me and Baby Doll. And by the way, don't wrap me up, big boy. I got something to say. You know, this is not only the world's perfect woman, this is the world's greatest woman athlete, too. Mark my words. Come on, Baby Doll.
The U.S. champ, Tully Blanchard, and Baby Doll is perfect 10. Friends, we'll be back. We'll have more action right after we take this brief time out. Fans, of course, when you're the world champions, you have a lot of folks after you. Right here, the manager of the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette. Jim, I've heard it reported that you have said you'll do almost anything to get a match with the Rock and Roll Express.
Who is the greatest team in professional wrestling, huh? That's right, the Midnight Express. Everybody knows it. It's a plain fact. Ray Charles could see that. But every time that I call Mother, which is about once or twice a day, and I call home and she says to me, have you got the title match yet? You know what I got to say? I got to say, no, the Rock and Roll Express are still running scared. They still won't give the Midnight Express a title match because you know, Rock and Roll, that we're the one team in wrestling that can take you. And that's why you're scared. That's why you'll do anything. I understand Jim Crockett Promotions, the office out there, I understand the lawn is being mowed, all the cars are being washed, things are being kept well in order. You know, good help's hard to find, so Rock and Roll, I'm sure you're keeping everything under control to make sure you stay away from the Midnight Express as long as possible. But believe me, sooner or later, and I don't care what we got to do, we will get a World Tag Team Championship match because, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you now the men that eat lightning and clap thunder, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
Jim Cornette there, Johnny Weaver, and of course his two, the Midnight Express in the ring right now as we watch them in action against Rocky King and Ron Rossi. And Rocky King will start it off, and who's going to go? It's going to be Beautiful Bobby and for the Midnight Express.
Rocky King, a good-looking athlete, very well-conditioned. Bob, he could be a future star. He needs just a little seeking someone to take him under his belt. But the Midnight Express, oh, look at Rocky King! Look at Rocky King!
Boy, Rocky King picked him up, slammed him very quickly to the mat, had him covered. Oh, he could hold him for a quick count of one. And I thought Jim Cornette was going to have a heart attack outside of the ring. Boy, he could see all of those visions and those dreams of championships going right out the window.
We were about to comment about the Midnight Express. They have that speed and agility of the Rock and Roll Express, and that would be a fantastic confrontation. Oh! Again, Rocky King scores with another dropkick, and I know that Cornette is upset now.
That time it was Loverboy Dennis who held the wrath of Rocky King. Now, not only Cornette, but Loverboy Dennis both pointed the fingers at Rocky King. Now they're going to tie him in the ropes.
Loverboy Dennis trying to take over. Rocky King's quite a fighter, but they have the stamina and the teammanship. They get him in the corner. Here's a big elbow drop by Beautiful Bobby, and they slow down Rocky King some now.
He is taking some hard blows, and several of them now to the head as he staggers into the corner. We got a fresh man now in the ring, Ron Rossi, as he comes in. Beautiful Bobby and Ron Rossi circling each other for a moment. Now it's Rossi going to be taken to the corner where he's going to be double teamed. Speaking of champions, and boy, have we got him during this hour. You're going to see a former champion, and what a wrestler and a whale of an athlete. Talking about exciting a crowd. Johnny, in our next match, we're going to look at Magnum TA.
And I'm sure that Magnum, hey, look at this maneuver, look at this! Slammed him off the top onto the fallen man. And they get it!
They got Rocky King. They clothesline him.
Clothesline King, and they're going to work on Rocky King in the center of the ring. I think they were embarrassed at the beginning of the match because King kind of showed him up. What's he going to do?
Jim Cornette is in there now just talking right into the face of King as Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby hold him. They're holding Rocky King right there. Look at Cornette. He slaps him.
Come on.
And cuffs him and slaps him again.
Cornette.
completely lost his cool now, Johnny.
The man made a few good moves at the start of the match. Hell, we're going to have the Ric Flair.
Jimmy Van.
The Boogie Woogie Man. The Boogie Woogie Man into that ring. You know, the Boogie Woogie Man in this battle with Paul Jones and the Valiant War, he had a lot of guys come to his aid, and I know he appreciated it. And he saw what was going on there and quickly entered the ring to this youngster, Rocky King. And the Boogie Woogie Man can see that this man has a lot of potential, and he shouldn't be treated like that. He was really trying his heart out.
And they got out of there in a hurry to the Midnight Express, and we'll be back. Fans, right now, let's take time out for this important message. Fans, this is probably a first that any one man got to talk to so many champions on one program. We've had the world champ, the U.S. champ right here, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the world television champion, Dusty.
Well, Bobby, it's always a tremendous honor, tremendous pleasure to be on this program. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, the world's television champion. Very proud and honored to carry the banner as world's television champion. Paul Jones has issued a challenge to me, the Barbarian, right on this TV, and I do not see Paul Jones or the Barbarian anywhere around. I'm going to take care of business. I love taking care of business. And I know sometimes it gets just a little bit uphill battle for Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. Because one man holds the gold. One man is the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. And that's the Nature Boy Ric Flair. And being in his backyard, in his hometown, is honestly sometimes a little overbearing. Because every time I get a new car, he wants one. Every time I get something new, he wants one. That's only fitting that he wants what the American Dream has always had. The legendary Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Ric Flair, they can love you all they want. I know you, brother. I know what mold you're cut from. I know who your cousins are, and I know where we're going. So remember this, talk about them all, but remember one thing, unless you beat the man, you said you're right, but you got it wrong. Unless you beat the man, you're not the man until you beat Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. There is no other Bob Caudle, and this is fabulous. My main man, Maggie May, getting ready to take care of business right now.
World television champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and in the ring, of course, fans, he's talking about Magnum TA, and here he is.
Magnum TA, and that stern look again on his face. He's been a changed man since he lost the U.S. belt. And Bob, get back over here because Magnum has really had some fast-winning ways on this program.
And it is Jim Jeffers in against Magnum as Magnum whips him to the ropes, gets him high in the air with a backflip.
Oh, look at that! For Tully Blanchard. We're going to get to see it again right here. Magnum reverses the situation. Right here, a backdrop coming up. Jeffers stays to his feet, and Magnum clamps on that belly-to-belly suplex, and it's all over the winner, Magnum TA.
Right there, another exciting and a quick win for Magnum TA. And when he gets the opponent in that belly-to-belly suplex, it's just all over. And so many times during the matches, we've seen Magnum do it right in the opening moments of the match, just like he did. He has had more quick wins in the ring than any other wrestler we've ever seen. Talking about wrestlers and you talking about competition, we've got more in the ring and now in the form of Nature Boy Buddy Landel, hot on the trail of the other Nature Boy, the one and only, the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. What about this Buddy Landel, Johnny Weaver?
Well, there's the man that's really did it all, J.J. Dillon. He's turned around the career of Buddy Landel, the Nature Boy, and now they have put out a lot of confrontations with Nature Boy Ric Flair. Who is the real Nature Boy? Who's the master of the figure four leg lock? And who struts around the ring the best? A lot of questions to be answered. I'm sure they will.
I'm sure of that. And here is Landel again. Johnny, he even goes to getting down some of the moves of Ric Flair. It's almost like he tried to copy the moves of Flair, the patented Flair moves, including the figure four. And there's the little strut.
Oh, he gets hit with a drop kick. He strutted at the wrong time that time, but he's one step ahead.
Well, he quickly backed away from Mac Jeffers, and he needed to because Jeffers was going to floor him again with that drop kick. But look at that forearm blow by Landell. He's a great athlete, Johnny. You can't take that away from Buddy Landell.
Stepping away from that drop kick, that is what J.J. Dillon installed in this man to turn his career around almost overnight. He had all the tools, he had everything. He just needed a little bit more seasoning. J.J. took him under his wing, and look what he's done for the career of Nature Boy Buddy Landell. Look at Dillon outside, and that sure hasn't helped Buddy Landell defeat anybody. It's
now here's Landell. He's going to go down onto the floor after Mac Jeffers. He cut him down with another chop. Now he's going to roll him back into the ring. And Landell, he's going to stay right on top, back on the attack.
another thing that J.J. Dillon has installed in Landell. He gets the man in trouble, stay in that attack, and boy, he executes that elbow drop better than anyone.
Figure four coming up, Johnny. Watch it.
And it usually follows that high elbow drop, and he's got it. A figure four leg lock. Made famous by a Nature Boy, and now put on by Nature Boy Buddy Landell, the winner of this match.
Yes, sir, as he copies the patented move of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, and he uses that figure four to win match after match. Johnny, here it is in slow motion.
That high elbow drop, he executes that as good as anyone. Look how high he gets in the air. And from there, his next move is always that figure four. The winner of the match, Nature Boy Buddy Landell.
All right, fans, and right now let's bring in this young man, Sam Houston. Sam, I tell you, you have been wrestling. You've been wrestling now for weeks with a real handicap, and that's that cast on that arm and the broken arm.
Yes, sir, it is. It's been a handicap for me. But I want to tell you something. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls out there, I want to thank you very much for all the support you've given me and these people right out here. They're behind me all the way. At the opening of the program, you saw the happiest moment in my life. I pinned Arn Anderson 1, 2, 3, right in the middle of the ring. And one of my teachers, Magnum TA, one of my trainers, was there with me at ringside when it happened. Now, Arn Anderson, you said that we double teamed you, and you said that it was 2-on-1. It wasn't that way at all. It was you and I in the ring alone by ourselves, and you went down for the 1, 2, 3. Not this kid right here. I won. I beat you fair and square. And I'm going to tell you something else. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for Ole Anderson. I'm getting ready for Arn Anderson. And I'm getting ready for Tully Blanchard. With Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, and maybe Michael Samuel Houston, 3-on-3. I've proven myself now. I beat Arn Anderson on TV. Something, it makes me, I'm happy. Bob, I'm happy. Very happy. And these people are happy with me.
Hey, Sam, you talk about Arn and you talk about Tully Blanchard. What about the arm? How's the arm coming along?
My arm's getting better. It's getting better. The doctor said real soon that the cast should be coming off, that it's healing. I'm working out. I'm training with it now. It's been hard.
Is that going to be payback time when that happens?
It's payback time when this happens, buddy. When this gets off, I'm coming full force. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. There ain't nothing gonna stop me. They love me. They're behind me all the way. Dusty Rhodes and Magnum, they're with me. Payback time.
Yeah, all right, now, the Andersons, not only you, but they're talking about hurting a lot of people. Maybe you can stop that from happening if you can take care of the Andersons. Has that been in your mind?
That's been in my mind, too. You know, they call them the Minnesota Wrecking Crew, which they are. And Tully Blanchard, you're a very dangerous individual yourself. But let me tell you something. We're dangerous, too. And we're coming out for you to do all we can.
All right, fans, with us right now at ringside, the boogeyman from New York City, Jimmy Valiant, Rocky King. Jimmy, the Midnight Express, you ran in to help out this young man, Rocky King.
You know, Bobby, I want to tell my people and you a little story. How I met Rocky King. About 3 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, on Peach Street. I walked into a Crystal and I seen Rocky King. And I says, hey man, where you at? He says, I ain't nowhere. I says, I ain't nowhere too. You see that street talk? This is the street, brother. Hold that head up, brother. Hold it up high, man. You walking tall now, baby. I don't care, brother, if Rocky King is black, white, green, purple, Japanese, Chinese, or Pekingese. Brother, he's a street person, and he's with the Boogie Woogie Man. Midnight Express and Mama Boy Jimmy Cornette. Your dudes are with the street people, and you're looking at street people rocking and boogie woogie. We coming for you, baby. All right.
All right, fans, let's go back to the ring. And Johnny, with a body like that, he can be just as bad as he wants to be.
Boy, and recently, matches I've seen him around the arenas and coliseums of the country, he has been bad too, Bob. But back to a style that America knew of superstar Billy Graham. Look at the classy outfits, the color, the music, and he has, in his actions in the ring, he's been bad to the bone.
All right, and Gerald Finley, and boy, he goes right after Finley. He gets a big foot right quickly up into the midsection and pounds away at him here. Johnny slamming him hard to the turnbuckles in the corner, and Graham came out. He came out smoking.
That's the way he's been recently, and he's also been with himself. Here he is, a backbreaker. Already on Gerald Finley, and that power right here.
The superstar Billy Graham, as referee Tommy Young says, ring that bell. Graham had him completely helpless and defenseless, high into the air, and there was nothing Finley could do.
Boy, and he is different, Bob. All that power, all them muscles, all the strength, he's really utilizing it now, and he's got Billy Graham of old.
All right, fans, and you can see the finish right here again in slow motion. He's such a big, strong, powerful individual. He just lifts Finley up, high into the air, down over the shoulder, and Finley, well, this is it. Nothing Finley can do with our winner, superstar Billy Graham. And we'll be right back after we take this time out. National Tag Team Champions right here, fans. The Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson.
Bob Caudle, I don't need to talk about this. This is already mine. What I do need to talk about is the human broomstick that came out here with a cowboy hat, flapping his yap on national television, saying that he beat Arn Anderson fair and square right in front of millions of people. Well, as you were there and you saw it, everybody knows that the chances of a one-time lucky punk, and that's all you are, is a one-time lucky punk, beating me are astronomical. I think you got a tape of that, and I want to see it right now. As you can see, for one thing, Bob Caudle, Magnum TA's down there for whatever reason. I don't know why he's there. I guess Dusty Rhodes sent him there to keep his eye on this little henchman, this little stooge they got running around, claiming to be part of America's team's protege. Like you see right now, this is Anderson going to work. I am punishing that arm that's already broken. He's on the verge of quitting. Matter of fact, he mumbled to himself, to me under his breath, I do quit. I'm ready to quit. Please leave me alone. I still don't know why Magnum's there. There's no reason for Magnum to be there. The fact is, I took him a little bit too light, and he was just plain lucky. Now, as you see right here, Bob Cottle, he may have made history for one brief second. But Samuel Houston, the one little bit of recognition you got, the retribution you're going to receive is going to far exceed the little bit of limelight you had. I told Magnum TA one time, he didn't listen. Now I'm telling you, Houston, don't let me catch you alone anywhere. Look into my eyes when I'm telling you, don't let me catch you anywhere. As you can see, he don't look like a knight in shining armor right now, does he, Ole?
You make a big mistake. You can beat everybody else and maybe get away with it, but you can't do that to the Andersons. You sure can't do it to me. You can't do it to Arn. You couldn't do it to Eugene. You're not going to do it. You've made a big mistake, Sam Houston. I would advise you to have eyes in the back of your head. Since Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA are such good friends of yours, and I would suggest that you put one in this pocket and one in that pocket, because wherever you go, you better be looking over your shoulder. You better send somebody out before you walk out a door. Before you go into your house at night, you better check it out. You better put security wrap around your apartment. Wherever you are, you just know we might be there. I tell you, this isn't going to stop. It's not going to be over until we get you, Sam Houston. Until we get you. And I know a lot of people say it. A lot of people wish they could do it. But you're looking at the guys that have done it to everybody. And we're sure not going to worry about a guy like you. Houston, this is warning. Fair warning. You better beware. Someplace, somehow, you're going to get it. And the Andersons are the ones that are going to do it.
I'm losing my mind over this, Houston. You're going to pay. I got to have the satisfaction, period.
The Minnesota Wrecking Crew, the National Tag Team Champions. And in the ring, we've got 6 men, as we've got 6 men. Tag team action here, Johnny Weaver.
Ron Bass, Pistol Pez Wadley, and that man that the Andersons were just talking about, Bob, Sam Houston, a man that's came a long way. And he got a lot of maturity from Dusty Rhodes, from Magnum TA. And it has really paid off, and Sam is vaulting himself right to the top. And Bob, when he came into the arena, he electrified our crowd.
Absolutely.
They're really taking Sam to their hearts.
Sam Houston, his partners, Big Cowboy Ron Bass, Pistol Pez Wadley, the Golden Terra. Also, we've got Vernon Deaton.
That was quite a warning the Andersons put out to Sam Houston. A young man really on the climb in professional wrestling and really moving up the ladder with great strides. And the Andersons have been there. They've been through a lot of battles, world title battles, and have got a lot of that experience. And boy, for them to put out a warning to Sam,
boy, it was more than a warning. It was like a threat, Johnny. I mean, you know, hey, we're going to do it, and that's all there is to it. And when the Andersons say they're going to do it, Ole says, man, we do it.
Yeah, it's no sight job for the Andersons. We saw them methodically wrestle in that ring, and it's no sight job. They are upset. But the fact of the matter, Bob, was Arn Anderson lost that match. He should have paid attention to what he was doing with Sam Houston.
Boy, Pez Wadley just cleared the ring of all 3 opponents. The Golden Terra on Joel Deaton and also on Vernon Deaton, all with tremendous drop kicks. And Wadley now takes Joel Deaton to the corner as Cowboy Ron Bass is waiting on Vernon Deaton.
Nobody executes a drop kick. There's that claw. That claw hold of Bass. There's that claw hold. J.J. Dillon, Buddy Landell. Look at that one. And it's a victory. Bass, Sam Houston, and Pistol Pez Wadley with the claw hold of Ron Bass.
Boy, when the big cowboy gets that claw hold on, it is curtain, as it is for Deaton right here as he came off of the ropes. Johnny, he went down to the mat, and that's it.
A claw hold of Ron Bass, a victory for his team in this 6-man action.
All right, fans, right here, number 1, Paul Jump. Paul, I'm surprised you're out here all by yourself. Where's your big Abdullah? Where's the big Wild Barbarian?
Listen, let me tell you something, Bob Cottle. I've got more guts than people give me credit for. I walked out on TV with the world TV champion standing here, and I challenged him to put his belt up against the Barbarian. Well, you know something?
I go any place, anywhere I want, because I know, Bob, that not far behind me is Abdullah the Butcher, the Barbarian. And when you have the two biggest men in professional wrestling, Bob, you start to call your own shots. I got on TV, embarrassed Dusty Rhodes in person. You didn't see me back up. And Abdullah the Butcher is biting at the bits to get a belt around his waist. And Dusty Rhodes, I want that world television belt around the Barbarian's waist. And when I want something, I go forward until I get it. So Dusty Rhodes, you might as well stop hiding that belt and picking your opponents and put it up against the Barbarian. I'm sick and tired, Bob. I'm getting on television, not crying in my milk or crying over spilt milk, but trying to get something done, because I'm a man. I'm the kind of man that when I want something, I'm willing to fight for it. And when you have Abdullah the Butcher and the Barbarian in your corner, you can write your own ticket, because people like Dusty Rhodes and people like Jimmy Valiant and people like Magnum TA, the Raging Bull, brother, you're nothing without the people cheering you on. And you know, Abdullah the Butcher and the Barbarian, all they need is me in their corner to cheer them on. So brother, you people, if you want to cheer for those other guys, help yourself, because my men don't need it.
All right, fans, the ringside, the manager.
Let me
I
talk.
got to ask you about Jimmy Valiant.
You ain't going to ask me about nothing. Let me tell you something right now. Rocky King, you know what he looked like when we walked in the ring? He looked like Interstate 75. Black top and a yellow stripe down his back, because you're a coward, Rocky King. And what's more, you're a nothing. You're a nobody. You never will be nothing. You know, when I was little, I used to see a lot of those kind of people running around, but it was always when I was sitting in Mama's dining room looking out the window and they were washing Mama's car or mowing Mama's grass. And that's exactly where Rocky King ought to be. And handsome Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, I don't care what you say, you ain't gonna make nothing out of a nobody. You know, handsome Jimmy Valiant always said he was from New York City, but I didn't know he was from Harlem. Let me tell you something, Boogie Woogie Man. You don't stick your nose in the Midnight Express and Jim Cornette's business. You don't try to help out a nobody like Rocky King, or you get yourself hurt. Like I said, Rocky, I don't like to wrestle your kind of people. I don't like to be around your kind of people. But I'll tell you, I will promise you one thing. You and Valiant, you better not cross our path again, or you're asking for it.
The manager of the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette. In the ring, number one, Paul Jones, and Big Abdullah the Butcher. And Jim Cornette is going to stay here with us during this match and watch the match and the action in the ring with the Big Abdullah.
Paul Jones, one of my colleagues, you see right there. Another one, J.J. Dillon. As a matter of fact, my mother is very proud of both these men's accomplishments as well, because she hopes that one day I will have achieved such a long track record. She talks about him quite a bit. Of course, she talks about me constantly, so there's a little difference there.
This Abdullah, Jim, he is so big and so huge, so strong. He's just mauling the opponent.
I want to ask you one question, Bob Cuttle. Have you ever seen a human being in your life that looked like Abdullah the Butcher? Are you sure he is a human being? I'm not sure. He doesn't have any sentiments about his opponents. He doesn't have any care what happens to him. He don't even look like he cares what happens to himself.
Fans, let me take a moment right here to remind all you young folks who are watching Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling that these are professional athletes, and the holds and the moves that they're doing, you don't want to try them. They can be very, very dangerous, as these men are true professionals. And Abdullah, you're talking about danger. There's danger, about 500 pounds of it.
At least, I'd have to say, look at that man right there. But let me tell you something. Danger in the wrestling ring is a different kind of danger from anything else in life. Because when you're in there, you don't know what your opponent's going to do, because there's a lot of money, there's a lot of pride, there's a lot of prestige, there's a lot of ego gratification on the line. But with Abdullah, it doesn't seem to be any of that. It just seems to be a like of beating on people.
He likes to hurt people. He likes to punish them. He likes to inflict a lot of pain. Look, he's got him draped across the rope, just standing on his throat, choking the man.
Kind of the same with the Midnight Express. Every once in a while, we kind of like our work, you know?
Boy, Abdullah the Butcher, he's really enjoying his work at the moment, as is Paul Jones outside the ring. Look at the smirk on Jones's face.
Paul is a very handsome man. Paul's a very handsome man.
The Butcher now. Again is going to whip him across the ring and off. Ooh.
Look at that. Good night. He nearly took that man's head off.
With a clothesline as he caught him hard off of the ropes in the center. Oh, he's going to get all of that weight right up on him.
I don't see anybody sticking their nose in Abdullah the Butcher's match. I'll tell you that right. I hate when somebody interferes in my business, because a cornet always likes to go about his business unobstructed, whether it's corporate mergers or whether it's professional wrestling. But right now you see Abdullah the Butcher's the king of the ring. Nobody's messing with him. I'm sure Paul Jones is as happy as I am when my men go on to victory.
Here's Abdullah again now with a forearm uppercut. And fans, we're talking and you're listening to, of course, the manager right here of the Midnight Express, Jim Cornette. And now Abdullah just biting across the cheek.
George South, I think he realizes right now that he maybe should have run out of gas today, or maybe shouldn't even got up out of bed. He definitely shouldn't have stepped in foot in that wrestling ring. That is exactly the type of thing, Bob Caudle, that beats men. You psych them out. He has the advantage mentally and physically. Same thing the Midnight Express does. We not only beat a man up, we hurt him, we humiliate him. Everybody watching this man, Abdullah the Butcher, right now, they don't even want to get in the ring with him in the future. He's beat half his opponents already by manhandling that guy like that.
Look at him just holding South high up in the air. Slams him hard down to the mat.
He looks sort of like a butcher with a new toy up there. He didn't know what to do with George South.
Now the Butcher just standing over him.
You know, I got to say, I enjoy watching a man who likes his work.
And again, off of the ropes, and again, he's clotheslined. Again, hitting the mat hard as South. It's been all Abdullah the Butcher.
Wait a minute. Oh, and look at that look in Abdullah the Butcher's eyes. Look at his eyes. He's gone nuts. He has gone smashing. Paul Jones control this man. The meat cleaver.
Rolling over on the back. South's going to be pinned. 1, 2, 3. Never really in the match. No way that George South was going to compete with the big man.
There was no way. No, I have never seen anybody get up from that meat cleaver. I'll tell you that right now. The Butcher was aptly named. Look at him. He won't get off the man now.
Paul Jones now having problems controlling Abdullah, and he just stands up on Abdullah. South underneath both of them.
Oh, wait a minute. That was accidental. Paul was just acknowledging the cheers of the crowd from Abdullah's many fans. I think that was accidental.
And again, Abdullah the Butcher now still on George South. Watch the beginning of the end in slow motion right here. And as Jim Cornette said, that cleaver, that meat cleaver, and they don't get up from that. Jim, let's talk some more now right here about your team, the Midnight Express, and of course, let's talk about the world champions.
Let's talk about the Rock and Roll Express. They're still running away from us. They're still hiding. They still won't sign a contract for a title match. Rock and Roll, you know that we're the #1 team in wrestling. You know that we're the ones that can take you. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to make a big enough stir around here that you're going to have to be forced into putting the World Tag Team Championship on the line, and then we're going to have those belts around our waist. Rocky King, Jimmy Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, you're just a stepping stone, because I'll tell you something, Valiant, you can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. You can't do nothing with a nobody, a piece of garbage, a piece of trash, a lower class person like Rocky King. He's nothing. If he didn't want to get beat up, then he shouldn't have stepped in the ring with the Midnight Express, because we ain't playing no games. We don't hang around with rock and roll stars. We don't hang around with TV stars. We get in the ring, we beat up a couple of guys, and we prove to everybody in professional wrestling that we're the best. I don't care what kind of strange things that we have to do, because Mama is always keeping a close eye on us. And one thing that Mama gets upset about is if I don't give her a good return on her money. So let me tell you something, Valiant. You may come from Harlem or New York or whatever, and you may be, for all I know, a blue-eyed albino. But you ain't gonna team up with a piece of trash like Rocky King and do anything except become another stepping stone for the Midnight Express. We're gonna put you down and out. Close this show up, Bob Caudle. I'm sick of talking to these people.
Jim Cornette, the manager of the Midnight Express, fans. And I'll tell you, there's something, and so is Jim Cornette. It's been an exciting hour, fans. Be sure to see us next week right here. Until then, so long for now.